Hi, this is Nancy Repetto. This is Course Project Deliverable 4. As a follow-up to our think tank session, we thought it would be helpful to address the individual questions for the Sunshine Kids and the participating medical facilities in New York City, Miami, Phoenix, and Denver. The following page illustrates what we believe would be the most beneficial for the website based on the following situational discussions. Carol asked, why can't we just use the same images that are already being used for all the different locations? All the images of the medical staff look American enough. To answer Carol, we expanded from her personal perspective, where she made certain conclusions based on the term American, and expanded this perception to include images from these geographical areas that would be meaningful. For New York City, we included an identifying symbol of the Queensboro Bridge, which connects the borough of Queens to New York City, Manhattan, and is culturally familiar to a New York City target audience. We then used real-world images of medical staff from Memorial Sloan Kettering, a participating medical facility for Sunshine Kids, to attach metaphors and visually developed ideas to symbolize and mirror the diverse ethnicity and racial makeup of New York City physicians. The image of a doctor kneeling down to be eye level with her small patient is emotionally persuasive, as the image of a little boy in a hospital gown tugs at our heartstrings. The image of physicians holding a number 1 in cancer care sign is a compelling image, and number 1 is what viewers want to see and what they desire from a major medical facility. Finally, we added a splash of humor and included a magazine cover with a bear in a hospital bed with an arm sling to engage individuals. For Denver, we included an identifying symbol of Children's Hospital with the Colorado Rockies in the background, targeting our Denver audience. We then used real-world images of medical staff from Children's Hospital, which in contrast to New York City is 87% white per the U.S. Census Bureau. We have an emotionally persuasive photo of a doctor high-fiving a young patient, which frames the viewer perspective that the patient's treatment was successful. We show a cover from Denver Post boasting that Children's Hospital was voted a top workplace, and the 2 happy physicians on the cover seem to convey to our audience that happy people must equal better care. Finally, we show a staff member with a patient engaging in a fun game of dress-up, again engaging our viewers. Miami has a large Cuban influence, and 65% of its residents are Hispanic. Miami is a diverse, colorful, and religious culture. The images we chose to represent Miami convey a positive perception of the culture, its closeness, and emotional openness, which stimulate certain social perceptions. The doctor with his patient shows emotional engagement between the two. The nurse tenderly holding the Hispanic baby stirs an emotional response that the baby is not just incapable, but loving hands. The guardian angel's image is culturally diverse, with an angel that seemingly represents that God loves and watches over everybody. The hospital itself has iconic and tropical palm trees and vibrant pastel colors, setting it apart from its contemporaries. Phoenix is a metropolitan area, and its demographic is 60% white and 40% Hispanic. It has a subtropical desert climate. The photos we chose frame Phoenix doctors as very technical and sophisticated, stimulating its metropolitan social perceptions. The emotional response of a child getting a visit from his dog is gratifying, and also lets viewers know that the hospital is not strict to the point of being rigid. The hospital is one of the best hospitals, which creates an emotionally strong component and gives our viewers confidence. The culture of Phoenix includes a strong sense of community, where an Arizona Diamondback baseball player can take the time to visit a child. It elicits a strong and proud emotional response for this place. Daniel states, let's use images of families in all of the images that scroll through the main website page. That will catch everyone's eye. Everyone has a family somewhere. Although there is some validity to Daniel's statement, family in and of itself has many different forms. To properly engage this target audience, we must strive to be inclusive of families so that we stimulate and engage the proper metaphors with proper interpretive elements that demonstrate inclusion of traditional families interracial families, same-sex families, single moms, Asian and Hispanic families, just to name a few. We believe that viewers will want to see images that help to frame positive perceptions of the many different families we service. Caleb's questions. The pictures we use should all be outdoors and of people having fun. Isn't that what all patients want to see when they visit the medical facility's website? Unfortunately, we did not share Caleb's views for photo representation of medical facilities. Instead, we chose to expand the image representation as previously presented and answered under Carol above. Heather states, maybe we should think like the potential patients that might visit this website. What would those patients want to see regarding this facility? We love that Heather had a patient's viewpoint. We thought about the Sunshine Kids and how we could frame images to create a positive perception of the facilities they would visit for treatment. However, due to the many different treatments, we wanted to be ethically considerate. Instead, we opted to show all that kids can do in their geographical areas when they are well. In Miami, we framed children enjoying the beach. New York kids were framed enjoying Central Park, Denver kids enjoying skiing, and Phoenix kids enjoying the Science Center. Each of these images appeal to the families that their children will be well and help to change their mind if they had been feeling apprehensive about the medical facility. Samuel asks, how can we use images to get people to feel like they will get better or experience a miracle or receive better treatment here than at some other facility? We believe we have framed the images that show our children's hospitals in the most favorable light with caring professionals. We have visually analyzed the images to stimulate certain social perception to engage viewers' emotional responses. We have used these images to visually persuade our viewers to actively think about how the various images relate to their own situations and their children. Thoughtful framing of images has elicited positive perceptions, and we believe visitors to the website will be convinced that Sunshine Kids and the cooperating major medical facilities will be their best choice.